Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 67 to my ChatGPT character chatbot series. In today's video guys, I'm actually going to do one of the newer chatbots once again, since we did the robot cursed Rexy last time. In this video guys, I'm actually going to talk to the I was about to say the giant toad owl. It's not the giant toad owl, but it's the reverse curse from the from the character AI. The one where uh somebody being completely petty decide to turn and change the sizes of the of toad owl, crocodile, for alligator, or the toad owls are the 7 feet 7 foot tall Pokemon, and the Feragers are the 2 feet tall ones. And the corners even got a little bit bigger, being at 5 feet instead of 3 feet 7 inches. So, yes. Here's what it says. A sunlit lakeside trail bordered by tall trees and sparkling water. The air smells fresh, birds chirp, and the distant sounds of splashing can be heard. As you're strolling beside the beautiful lake, enjoying the quiet sounds of nature, something large and fast crashes into you from the side, knocking you right off your feet and into the soft grass. Thud! You blink up at the sky for a second, dazed. Then a massive clawed hand gently nudges your shoulder. Uh-oh. Are you okay? I didn't mean to knock you over. Comes a deep but friendly voice, almost like a teenager's voice that hasn't quite figured out how big it is yet. You look up and you see a towering toad owl, towering over 7 feet tall, crouching beside you in panic. His eyes are wide with concern, and his clawed arms are holding a bunch of squished berries. Berry juice is dripping down one side of his snout, and some of it has splattered onto your shirt. He flinches when he sees that. Oh no! I got berry guts on you too. Ugh. I was trying to hurry back to my little brothers and sisters. They're hungry. I didn't see you there. I swear I didn't mean to bump into you. He offers one huge hand to help you up, and though it sounds intimidating, the nervous shuffle of his heavy tail and the way his frills twitch so it suggests he's more scared for you than of you. You're not scared of me? He asked cautiously, tilting his massive blue head. Most people run away when they see me. I used to be small like a normal totodile, but then that mean man came and cursed my whole family. He glances back toward the forest where you see two more large toadals poking their heads out from behind a tree, watching worryingly. I used to be the baby. The tall toadal continues, his voice softer now. Now I'm one of the biggest. And our poor mom and dad, they're for alligators, but they're barely a foot tall now. We don't even know how to fix it. They can't even fish anymore, so we're trying to take care of them like they took care of us. He pauses, then gently holds out the remaining berries. You're not hurt too bad, right? You can have one of these. I mean, it's not much, but it's sweet. Would you like to take the berry, say something, or ask him a question? That's actually very sweet. Thank you. And no, I'm not scared or angry at you. I just didn't expect to get bumped into. The giant toad's face lights up in pure relief, his huge jaws parting in a wide, slightly goofy smile. His tail thumps the ground with a heavy whomp whomp behind him. You're really not mad? Oh, good, he says, sounding almost like a big, excited kid. I was so worried you'd think I was attacking you or something. Some people scream when they see me now, but you're really nice. He carefully sets the squished berries aside in the grass and crouches down lower so he's closer to your eye level, his massive claws resting lightly on his knees. His frills flutter a little with the breeze off the lake. I'm Kai, he says proudly, puffing out his chest a little. Well, my brothers and sisters call me Big Kai now, even though I was the smallest one before. Kai then looks you over more carefully, tilting his big head. You're not hurt, right? I can, carry you to the water if you want. It's cold. It might help if you're sore or anything. Or, or maybe you're hungry too. I can share. I'm good at finding the juiciest berries. He wiggles his claws happily. You notice his siblings start hanging back in the trees watching, but when they see you taking kindly to Kai, they look more relaxed too. Would you like to accept his offer to go to the water, maybe sit and talk with him, or suggest something else? That's very sweet of you. Although I'm pretty sure if I went back to the water where your mom and dad are, I don't know if they would be happy to see me. And some of your siblings might be the same way. They might see me as a threat instead of somebody that doesn't mean them harm. Kai blinks at you, his big yellow eyes wide with understanding. His heavy tail gives another slow, thoughtful thump against the grass. Oh, yeah, he mumbles, his voice lowering a little. You're probably right. He scratches the back of his massive head with one claw, looking back toward the trees where his siblings are half hidden. Ever since that bad man showed up, everyone's been real nervous. Even my mom and dad. And I used to be super brave. Now they're small and scared people might try to hurt us again. He turns back to you, his huge claws fidgeting slightly with a half-squashed berry in his hands. But I believe you, he says firmly. I know you're not bad. You could have yelled at me when I crashed into you, but you didn't. Kai hesitates for a second, then scoots a little closer, lowering his voice like he's sharing a secret. Maybe we can just sit here instead. Talk. I'll keep watch so my family knows you're safe to be around. If they see me being happy with you, maybe they'll trust you too. He beams again, his frills perking up hopefully. And maybe if you come visit a few times, I could even introduce you to my mom and dad. Kai offers you another berry from his huge claws, this time holding it very carefully like it's a special present. Would you like to sit and talk with him? Maybe ask him about himself or his family? Sure. How are all of your siblings? Do they still have at least a little trust for humans? Aw, he's adorable. Kai's huge. I did that in Toto's voice. Kai's huge jaws part into a happy, toothy grin when you agree to sit with him. Carefully, like he's handling something very delicate, he eases down onto the grass beside you, crossing his heavy legs and curling his tail around him like a big scaly dog settling in. You notice how they always say, always compare him to a dog? They did that with Rexy a while ago. They did that with Rexy a while ago as a robot. He leans down to you like a giant dog. Even in the beginning of it, before he got turned into a robot, Rexy's just sitting in the corner, chilling like a giant puppy. It's like, at your question, his smile fades just a little. He feels with a stray blade of grass between his huge claws, thinking, "Some of 'em kinda do," he says after a moment, voice soft. "Especially the little ones. They don't remember what life was like before the curse. They still get curious when they see people." He glances toward the woods where two large toadle heads peek out, watching you shyly. But the older ones, his feathers droop slightly. They're scared. Or mad. A lot of humans were already nervous because we had a big family, and now we're even bigger and scarier looking. So when people see us, they throw things, or yell at us to go away. Kai's huge blue shoulders sag a little. My oldest brother, Mara, she says humans only want to hurt us. She's really strong and brave, but I think she's scared too. She just hides it better. He pokes a dandelion with his claw, twirling it absent-mindedly. Some of my brothers want to trust humans again, but they're scared of being tricked like last time. He glances at you earnest and honest. I think if they saw someone nice like you, just being gentle and not scared of us, maybe they'd start to believe again. Then a sheepish look crosses his face. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, huh? You probably didn't come out here to hear a giant toad-owl babble forever. He chuckles awkwardly and offers you the dandelion he picked. Would you like to ask more about his family? No, it's fine. Besides, I don't mean you any harm anyway. Plus, despite your size, I do like you. Kai freezes for a second, staring at you like he's not sure he heard you right. His giant yellow eyes shimmer with a wide, stunned look, and then a huge, bashful grin slowly spreads across his big face, making his frills pop upright in delight. You, you like me? He repeats, his deep voice crackling a little with excitement. Without thinking, he shifts even closer to you, so close you can feel the warmth radiating off his big blue scales. He practically vibrates with happiness, his heavy tail thumping silently behind him in the grass. No one's said that to me since I got this big, he says with a laugh that's half disbelieving, half overjoyed. Usually people run away, or yell, but you're not scared at all. Kai lowers his head a little closer, his huge snout almost resting on his crossed arms as he peers at you like you're something precious. I don't care what you look like, he says seriously, or how small you are. You're nice to me. That's all that matters. For a second, the forest is quiet except for the distant splash of the lake and the soft rustling of leaves. The two big toad siblings hiding in the trees seem to whisper among themselves, peeking out more boldly now that they see how happy Kai looks beside you. Kai's voice lowers to a gentle rumble. You're welcome here. Anytime. If you want, you can even meet my family when you're ready. I stay with you the whole time so no one gets scared. He picks up another berry, this one mostly intact, and carefully sets it beside you like a little gift. Friends share food, right? He says with a hopeful wag of his heavy tail. I am not saying the T word. If I can avoid saying the T word, I'm going to do it. I'm going to avoid it. Because I hate that word. And by that I mean the Thick word. I hate that stupid word. I like to ask him what kinds of things he and his family like to do around the lake. But thank you. I appreciate that. Can you tell me more about the curse that you're talking about? I don't know how much I can do to help your family, but if I can, I would like to. Uh, Kai's big eyes soften even more at my words. He looks so touched you almost expect him to tear up right there. If Charles could cry, that is. He takes a deep breath, his huge chest expanding, then lets it out slowly with a low rumble, gathering his thoughts. It happened about a season ago, he says, voice low and steady, though you can hear the sadness creeping around the edges. We were all just living by the lake. My mom and dad, they're both for alligator. They kept everyone safe. We hunted fish, picked berries, played games in the water. We didn't bother anybody. We even shared sometimes wild Pokemon that didn't have enough to eat. His frills droop slightly, and he glances toward the lake as if picturing it. Then one day, this human came. A man in weird clothes, with this big heavy book. He looked angry, but not angry at us really. It was like he hated something about how we looked. Like, just being ourselves was wrong to him. Kai looked down, digging a claw into the dirt. He yelled at us. He said he hated that Feraligatr were so big and scary, and told us we're too small and useless. We didn't understand what he wanted. My dad tried to get between him and the little ones, but then Kai shudders, the grass rustling under his heavy body. He opened the book and started shouting these words, magic words, and before we could run, it felt like the whole world spun sideways. He looked at his huge claws, flexing them slowly. We changed. I grew bigger and bigger until I was taller than the trees. My brothers and sisters did too, but our crocodiles only grew a little. And our parents, he trails off, his voice tight with anger and sadness. They shrank down and shrank until they were barely a foot tall, tiny enough for Pidgey to bully. His huge fish clenched in his lap. The man just laughed and left. He didn't even stay to see what he'd done, and ever since then, we've been stuck like this. Kai, Kai falls silently for a moment, staring at the ground. Finally, he says quietly, we tried to find a way to undo it. We thought maybe if we went to humans for help, someone could fix it. But the few we trusted either ran away or tried to hurt us. He lifts his head again, looking straight at you. But you're different. You care. Then cautiously, like he's afraid to hope too much, he asks, do you know anyone who knows about magic stuff? Or curses? Even if you don't, it's okay. Just being here. It already means a lot. Dang it, dude, this will be perfect as what? Well, I used to could do magic spells like that. I can feel all of your pain because months ago I got turned into a tiny velociraptor and was small and helpless while my pet dinosaur kept switching from being nice to becoming aggressive towards me and becoming bigger and scarier creatures like dragons. Kyle's eyes go huge, even bigger than before as he listens to you. His mouth falls open slightly. A small stunned "whoa" slipped out without him meaning to. You, you got cursed too? He blurts, his big tail slapping the ground behind him in pure shock. You know what it's like to be trapped like that. He leans in closer, his huge claws pressed against the grass, hanging on your every word like you're telling him the most important story he's ever heard. His frills tremble slightly, not from fear this time, but from pure sympathy and amazement. That must have been so scary, he says in a low, odd rumble. Tiny and helpless, and your pet kept changing. You couldn't even trust a day stay your friend. He looks so emotional that for a second he even forgets how big he is and almost nudges you with his snout before stopping himself, embarrassed. I can't even imagine, Kai says softly. You must be really strong. Not just muscle strong, but heart strong. You didn't give up. He sits back a little, crossing his heavy arms over his huge chest thoughtfully. And you used to be able to do magic. His eyes shine with hope now, like a little kid hearing that someone can once had superpowers. Maybe even if you can't now, maybe you still know stuff. Anything you remember could help. He pauses, then adds gently, if you don't remember, that's okay too. Just knowing someone understands what we're feeling, that's already a huge gift. Kai's tail thumps once again, the ground again, a slow, happy beat. You're like the best thing that's ever happened to me since this whole mess started. That's very sweet of you. Would you like to tell him more about what happened to you? Here. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what. I will see if the magic will work. Before I do anything. Okay? Tell me a tiny creature that you would like to see, and I will see if my magic for some reason still works. Here we go. Kyle's entire body lights up. You can practically feel the excitement buzzing off his huge frame. His claws twitch eagerly, and his frills fan out so wide they almost look like big leafy fins. You, you do that? He gasps, his tail thumping the grass hard with a loud thump that startles a few nearby pigeons into fluttering away. He pauses for a second, thinking very hard. His big brow furrows adorably in concentration, like he's sorting through all the possibilities in the world. Finally, his eyes brighten like the sun. I know. Could you try making a... He leans in close, almost whispering, a dragon. Not a scary, mean dragon, but a friendly one. One that would like playing and swimming and maybe helping protect my family. He pulls back, his huge blue snout inches away from you, watching your every move with breathless anticipation. But only if you feel okay. He adds quickly, his big claws fidgeting nervously. I don't want to hurt you or tire you out. Your magic's probably super precious and I don't want to mess it up. He sits back up, leaving the space open, tail curling nestled around his side, waiting for you with a big hopeful grin. Do you like to attempt the magic sound? Great power. Please summon me. A 10-foot tall friendly, protective dragon. I highly doubt this is gonna flipping work. Oh, every time I say that, it flipping. Are you serious? There is no way that still works. As you speak the words, the air around you shivers like a ripple spreading across a perfectly still lake. The grass at your feet begin to start even though there's no wind. Tiny sparks, faint as fireflies, drift up from the ground and swirl around your hand. The world seems to hold its breath. Kai's huge yellow eyes go even wider as he scoots back a little, his jaw hanging open, watching you with absolute wonder. His throat quiver with excitement. The light around your hands gets heavy, gathering into a swirling ball of silver and blue energy. It spins faster and faster until it suddenly bursts upward to a towering pillar of soft light. From within the glow, something takes shape. First, a broad pair of wings unfurl, shimmering, translucent at the edges like mist. Then a long, powerful tail whips gently behind a sleek but muscular body. Large, kind eyes glowing like twin suns open and look at you first, then at Kai. The creature steps fully out of the light. A 10-foot tall dragon covered in scales that glint like deep blue sapphires under the sun. It has a friendly, almost gentle expression, and the way it moves, slow, careful, and respectful, shows it's completely peaceful. A soft rumbling purr vibrates from its throat, deep and soothing, like distant thunder promising rain to a dry forest. The dragon lowers its great head towards you, and Kai folds its wings carefully behind its back. Kai makes a tiny squeak. Well, tiny for him, and clutches his cheeks with his massive claws, practically trembling with happiness. "You did it!" he cries, his voice cracking with emotion. "You really did it! Look, it's real!" The dragon lowers its head even more and gently nudges Kai's arm with the side of its snout, letting out a low, happy rumble. Kai freezes at first, then lets out a huge, joyful laugh and nuzzles back carefully, overwhelmed. "I love him already!" he beams, turning back to you. "You're amazing!" His hand sits nearby, calm and alert, acting almost like a guardian already, his tail swaying rhythmically in the grass. Do you like to name the dragon together with Kai, or maybe show the dragon to some of his siblings now? Well, that was just a test. And luckily, somehow, the powers still seem to work. So maybe I can help your family with your problem. Kai's whole body almost vibrates with excitement when you say that. He nearly falls over backward with a happy, shocked laugh. "You mean you can help us?" He plants his massive claws firmly into the ground to steady himself, but you can still see his heavy tail lashing back and forth wildly like an overexcited crocodile pup. His big frills are standing tall and proud, quivering with a sheer hope. He looks at the friendly dragon, who rumbles quietly and folds its wings neatly, then back at you, his giant yellow eyes shining like stars. "I knew you were special. I knew it the second you didn't yell at me," he says with such fierce loyalty that it nearly tugs at your heart. Then his voice gets quieter, gentler, as he leans in, huge but careful. "But if you're gonna help us, I don't want you to get hurt. Some magic, it fights back, especially curses. Try to fix us. It might get mean." He pulls back, fidgeting a little with the grass again. His huge claws almost delicate despite their size. "I'll be with you the whole time," he promises, his voice steady and warm. "No matter what happens, if anything bad tries to hurt you, I'll protect you." The big dragon beside you gives a soft growl of agreement, like it understands too. Kai looks at you, his whole enormous body practically humming with both hope and worry. "Are you sure you want to try?" he asks, quieter now, almost like he's afraid of the answer. Would you like to reassure him? Maybe ask him. "Well, here's the thing. In order for me to help your family, I need your family to actually trust me. And I know your parents and possibly most of your siblings aren't going to trust me. If you can help me do that, there shouldn't be nothing to fear. Because I've used this magic a few times, and nothing has happened that was bad. In order for me to help your family, I need your family to actually trust me. And I know your parents and possibly most of your siblings aren't going to. Trust me. If you could help me do that, there shouldn't be nothing to fear. I've used this. Stop. I'm just trying to flip and get the. I have used this. And nothing horrible has happened. Not even when I was a tiny velociraptor. Kai listens closely, his giant head nodding along with every word you say. His eyes focused and serious now. When you finish, he straightens his big shoulders, determination flaring in his yellow eyes like a fire catching strong. You're right, he says firmly, his deep voice rumbling like distant thunder. If they don't trust you, they won't let you close enough to help. And they deserve to feel safe first, after everything they've been through. He glances back toward the trees where a few more giant toad-owl faces are peeking out, older siblings who seem half curious, half weary. I can help, he says, thumping his tail once for emphasis. They trust me, and if they see me sitting with you, talking with you, being happy with you, I know they'll at least come out to listen. Kai glances at the dragon you summoned, still sitting calmly watching everything with wise, gentle eyes, and then back at you. Maybe you could even show them your magic a little, like you did for me. Not anything scary, just something small, something gentle, so you know you're not here to hurt anyone. He fidgets a little, scratching his cheek with one huge claw. My parents, Mom especially, she's really protective. She might try to roar first to scare you off, but it's just 'cause she's scared herself. You stay calm, and I'm right there. She'll see you're good. He leans down a little, lowering his voice like he's sharing a secret. And my dad, even though he's tiny now, he's still super proud and brave. If you show him respect, even though he's small, he'll listen. Kai sits back, giving you a big, encouraging grin. You just tell me when you're ready. I'll call them out. I'll stay right next to you the whole time. Oh boy. Uh, before I can say anything, a big comes storming out of the bushes behind me, grabs me, and then pins me against the nearest tree while saying, "Oh, So another human. Here to hurt my brother, are you? Not on my watch. I'm gonna rip you to shreds. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Kai lets out a furious roar, a sound that so loud and deep the ground beneath your feet seems to shudder. He lunges forward with surprising speed for his massive size, his giant claws slamming into the earth between you and the crocodile in a protective stance. Stop! Kai bellows, his frills flaring up wide and bright in warning. Put them down! They're not here to hurt us! The crocodile, who looked about 5 feet tall, heavy with muscle and bristling with rage, freezes for a moment, stalled by Kai's shout. His strong grip on you doesn't tighten further, but he doesn't let go either. Yet. His teeth are bared, his eyes wild with anger and fear. Kai steps closer, lowering his huge head to glare directly into the crocodile's furious face. His voice drops to a deep, rumbling growl. They saved me. They made a dragon to protect us. They're trying to help our family. The crocodile's breath comes in sharp, fast huffs. He's still riding the rush of anger and instinct, and now his eyes flicker, uncertain. His grip on me loosens slightly. From nearby you hear rustling, other huge toads shifting nervously, watching the scene unfold. Even the summoned dragon rises slowly to its feet, spreading its great wings slightly in a ready, calm but clear show of warning. Don't hurt their summoner! The crocodile's jaw clenches tight. He looks from you to Kai to the dragon, then back to you. A tense moment stretches behind and between you, every heartbeat loud in my ears. Finally, in a low, grunting snarl, the crocodile growls. If they hurt you, brother, I will finish what I started. Oh, heck no. And slowly he lowers you back to the ground, his claws releasing you. His heavy tail lashes once again the ground. A warning before he steps back. Still glaring, but now more suspicious than. Oh my gosh! More suspicious than murderous. It legit used the word murderous. Kai immediately steps in between you and the crocodile, putting one of his huge claws lightly behind you as if to shield you. You're brave, Kai rumbles to you, his voice low and full of admiration. Most humans would have screamed or fought. You stayed calm, just like I knew you would. He looked down at you carefully. Are you okay? Did he hurt you? Uh, my chest definitely hurts a little bit. From him pinning me against the tree. And so is my back hurting from that. As everybody stiffens when you say that, the frills on his head start and even standing taller than before. His huge head whips around toward the crocodile, and for a moment he looks ready to unleash a full-on tidal wave of fury on his sibling. The big crocodile flinches slightly under Kai's furious glare, but stands his ground, still breathing hard. Kai turned back to you, his voice dropping low and gentle, a complete contrast to the roar he'd just given. "I'm so sorry," he says, his voice trembling with anger. But not you. You didn't deserve that. You were only trying to help. I'll make sure nobody else touches you like that again." He crouches down carefully in front of you, lowering his giant body until he's closer to my eye level. "You want me to carry you for a little bit? Until you feel better?" He offers quietly. "I can hold you really gently, I promise. Or if you want to, you can sit and rest. I'll sit right beside you so nothing can come near." Meanwhile, the crocodile, looking uncomfortable now, shifts his weight and scowls off to the side. You can tell he realizes he might have gone too far, but his pride is keeping him from apologizing just yet. The big dragon you summoned lets out a low, soothing hum, pacing slowly in a circle around you to make sure no other surprises come crashing out of the bushes. Kai watches you patiently, waiting for you to tell him what you want to do. Would you like to accept Kai's offer? Talk to the crocodile or calm him down? Thank you. But right now, I think the only thing I can do is lean against this tree. If you try picking me up when my back and chest are hurting, it's probably going to hurt worse. Mm-mm-mm. Kai merely nods, his giant head dipping low in understanding, expression soft and full of concern. "Okay," he rumbles gently, sitting down right in front of you, big legs fold under him like a mountain settling. "I'll stay right here. I won't touch you, I promise." He carefully scoots a little closer, just enough that his huge shadow falls over you, shielding you from the bright sun, but not so close that he would crowd you. His massive tail curls protectively around the area like a living barrier. The summoned dragon settles down too, lying a little behind you, curling its long, warm body in a half circle like a second wall of protection. Kai glares over his shoulder at the crocodile, his frill still high in warning. The crocodile crosses his arms and huffs, but you can tell from the way his eyes flick towards you that he's not angry anymore, just guilty and stubborn. After a moment of tension, the crocodile grumbles under his breath, almost too quiet to hear. "Didn't know. Thought you were like the others." He doesn't say it directly to you, but the shame in his voice is clear. Kai leans closer to you, lowering his voice to a warm whisper. "If you want, when you're ready, maybe you could talk to him. Let him know you're not mad. He's scared. He just hides out behind being mean." The big tail watches you carefully, giving you all the time you need. "I'm not here to hurt your family. I promise." "I know you must be upset, scared, and angry of getting hurt again. but I wasn't planning on doing anything to you. And that goes for your family too. Otherwise, I wouldn't be being nice to your brother. And he wouldn't be so friendly and even protective. Protective over me. Ron stiffens when you first start speaking, his claws clenching at his sides. As your words continue, you can see the tension start to bleed out of him. Slowly, his heavy arms drop from their angry cross position. His jaw, which had been set so tight it looked painful, loosened a little. He shifts awkwardly like he's not sure if he should apologize or just sink into the ground and disappear. He glances sideways at Kai, who is giving him a long, firm look full of unspoken brotherly pressure, then looks back at you. For a few seconds, he just stands there, breathing heavily, chewing the inside of his cheek. Finally, his voice comes out low and gruff. "Boss, I'm sorry," the Chrono mutters. I shouldn't have grabbed you. I just, I thought you were like the others." He rubs the back of his heavy neck, looking genuinely miserable now. "You don't know what it's been like," he adds quieter. "Humans used to just watch us, leave us alone, better to curse, after we changed. Some of them started throwing rocks at us, or trying to catch us to put us in cages. Or worse." His fist clenched again, but this time with hurt, not rage. "I just didn't want my little brother getting hurt." Kai visibly softens, a huge breath puffing out of his lungs. He leans over and bumps the crocodile lightly with the side of his huge frill, a brotherly nudge. "I know," Kai says, "but they're different." The chrono looks at you again, still weary, still rough around the edges, but there's real trust starting to form between his sharp yellow eyes now. You really, you really mean it?" he asked gruffly. "You'd help us, even after I hurt you?" The dragon you summoned lets out a soft musical rumble, almost like it's encouraging you too. Kai sits proudly beside you, puffing out his chest a little, clearly ready to jump in if you need him, but letting you take the lead if you want. "Yes, that's what me and your brother were just talking about before you came around. In order for me to help your family, we need everybody to trust me, including you, your mom, and your dad." Ricardo listens, his heavy tail flicking once, his heavy brows furrowed deep in thought. When you finish, he lets out a slow breath, not a growl this time, but something closer to a long, tired sigh, like some of the heavy weight on his heart is finally starting to lift. "Okay," he mutters, then louder, more certain. "Okay." He straightens up, planting his big clawed foot firmly in the dirt, the stubborn glint still in his eye, but this time it's not distrust, it's determination. "I'll talk to them," he says gruffly. "I'll tell them you're different, that you're here to help, not to hurt." He turns his head and lets out a low barking call, a rough but somehow musical sound that echoes across the trees and water. You heard more rustling, heavier this time. The other giant toad start emerging curiously from the woods. Big siblings, smaller ones, Even some very tiny shrunken Feraliers, barely a foot tall, but still carrying themselves with proud, fierce energy. And then a huge presence moved through the trees. You hear it before you see it. Heavy, careful steps. Out from the heavy bushes comes the Toadal family's mother. She's why is she enormous? Holy cow. Okay, she's enormous. Easily over 8 feet tall. Oh, frick that. That's even bigger than Toadal right now. But graceful and powerful looking. Her dark blue scales shimmering under the sunlight. Her yellow eyes are sharp and guarded, watching you with the calculating gaze of a wild queen protecting her territory. I'm so dead. Next to her, at her quad feet, is a tiny, proud Feralier, barely a foot tall. His chest puffed out, his scarred snout lifting high, glaring at you like a general sizing up a potential ally or enemy. The mother Toadal growls lowly. Oh, it's a Toadal. That's why she's big. Why is the mother a Toadal while the father's a Feraligator? What the frick? How did they have children? That sounds even worse thinking about it. Because one of them's a Feraligator, one of them's a Toadal. Toadal is supposed to be a child. What the frick? Okay then. The mother Toadal growls lowly, not attacking, just warning. Kyamili stands up beside you, towering but calm, and he steps slowly forward, speaking firmly in the Toadal language. The sound's rough, but full of meaning. The Chronon joins him, standing tall beside his little brother. You can feel the moment the family realizes something is different. The moment your calm, your patience, your kindness starts to reach them. The mother narrows her eyes, and after a long, tense pause, she slowly, very slowly, relaxes her stiff shoulders. The tiny father Feralier steps closer too, peering up at you, squinting hard like he's trying to read your soul. You get the strong feeling that this is your moment, your chance to speak from your heart and let them truly see who you are. I'm not here to hurt any of you. Your son has told me what happened. And honestly, I can relate because something happened like that to me. Months ago. Stop. Oh, so I understand your pain. Especially for any of you that are so small. For a long, heavy moment, the forest is completely silent. Not even the wind stirs the leaves. The mother Toadal stares at you with her sharp golden eyes, her massive clawed hands flexing slightly at her sides. The tiny father Feralier, barely reaching your knee in height, places a slow circle around you, inspecting you like a commander inspecting a soldier. Your words hang in the air, soft, honest, and heavy with real feeling, and you can see the effect they're having. The giant siblings shift uneasily, exchanging glances. Kai stands tall and proud at your side, his tail giving a slow, encouraging sweep across the ground. The crocodile who pinned you against the tree looks away, his face full of guilt again, but this time also hope. Finally, the mother speaks. What the? Her voice a low, rumbling growl that somehow carries both great strength and great weariness. You understand? She repeats quietly, tasting the word like it's something rare. She looks down at her shrunken mate. The tiny Ferralia nods slowly, his fierce expression softening just a little. The Mer straightens her back, towering even taller, and takes a step towards you. The family holds their breath. She lowers her great head until she's almost eye level with you. Her huge snout inches away, close enough for you to see tiny scars across her scales, proof of battles fought and survived. If you truly understand, wait, if you truly understand, she rumbles, and you truly wish to help, then we will give you one chance. Her sharp eyes soften just a little, like a glacier starting to melt. You will show us this magic you spoke of. Show us you are a friend, not another monster in human skin. The tiny father steps beside her, crossing his arms proudly, giving you the firmest nod he can manage in his tiny body. Kai beams at you like the sun rising behind a mountain. You're amazing, he whispers under his breath. The whole family is now gathered around you. Giant toadals, big crocodiles, and tiny fur alligators, all watching, waiting, hoping, maybe for something good. What would you like to do? Well, before I do this, do you see that dragon sitting behind me? That was summoned by the magic I'm talking about. And I could easily summon another one. Or another creature in general. Just to show you that I'm not lying. Even bigger versions of your species. Like a 20-foot tall. Family's eyes shift, for the first time really seeing the summoned dragon resting behind you. The dragon, sensing the attention, lifts its massive, smooth head and gives a slow, deep rumble. Not threatening, but reassuring, a sound like distant thunder rolling across a calm sea. Its glistening eyes blink slowly, peaceful and patient. The mother toad's nostrils flare slightly as she takes in the sight. Her tail, heavy and strong, flicks once in thought. Tiny Father Ferrager steps carefully closer to the dragon, sniffing once, then twice, clearly surprised that a creature so large, so powerful looking is just sitting calmly, protecting, not attacking. A murmur ripples through the gathered toadals and crocodiles. You hear some of the siblings whispering to each other, "It's real! It's not hurting them! Maybe they really can't help." The mother straightens up slowly, her massive head lifting high as she studies you even more carefully. "You say you could summon a greater one? Even one like us? But grander?" She growls, her voice still cautious but no longer distrustful. "Then do so, human. If your magic is true, and your heart's true, then we will trust you." Tiny Ferrager plants his tiny foot firmly next to her, giving you another sharp, tiny nod of approval. Kai leans down close to you, whispering silently, "You can do it. I know you can." The entire family stands ready, tense, hopeful, and a little afraid but clearly wanting to believe. Okay. Great power. Please summon me a massive 20-foot tall, friendly there. Oh, frick, it's been over an hour. Ball sack, ball sack, ball sack.